Hi, it's me, Darren, the co-founder of P4P, the leading ePortfolio and eAssessment technology. And today, in this discussion, I'd like to talk around the proficiency of navigation of the assessor around e-technology platforms. So as we've grown over the past 6 years, P4P has come to learn that there is a big need in the market around people's proficiency of navigating e-technology. So I'll give you an example. When you use WhatsApp or Telegram or an SMS texting technology, that's been around for over 25 years. So you get used to what would be in that text requirement, where to write the text, what the little plus means. There is already industry norms that you are able to track against. When you get into social media, the different platforms that you go on all have very similar norms, like the like button or the poke button or the leave your comment here. Slight differentiations of what gets posted, but you've come to learn how to experience and engage on the technologies. When you build new games in the gamified space, game design, your game controllers all have the same engagement functionality. So if there's a little X button and it means to punch, every time you design a game, you create the punch on the little X button on the game controller, because you don't want to keep teaching your users how to reuse your controller because there's massive drop-off. Now, in the ePortfolio and eAssessment space, this is a new framework because it has not in and of itself yet taken a hold. It's brand new. And that's why what P4P has done, in our experience, we've come to learn where the users get stuck. Now, your users are your learner, your assessor, your internal moderator, your external verifier, your administrator, and your third-party assessor. The problem is, how are these people situated in the context of being able to navigate an ePortfolio or eAssessment technology? So this is what P4P has really been working on over the past 3 to 4 years. Not just bringing people into the technology, but actually working closely with the assessors on a slow, gradual growth to keep them in the perspective of flow, which is challenge versus competence, on how to use that e-technology portfolio. And we've come to learn that there are some very basic requirements in place in order for someone to successfully navigate an ePortfolio system. Very, very simply, one, there should always be a declaration to be assessed part of the process. So your assessor should be able to access or navigate their learners through how to sign a digital declaration to be assessed. There is the assessor as the user's personal details, as well as the learner's personal details. How can the assessor access that and see that those are correct? Because your learners should be able to change their details through different methodologies, either by doing it themselves or asking the administrator or the assessor to help. But it's a vital part of the process. In digital technologies or digital e-portfolios, there should be a portfolio folder. That folder should be accessible to the assessor, the learner, the moderator, the administrator, and the other specific role players in the market. Now, what should that e-portfolio folder look like? What should it be linked to? What evidence should be in there? What evidence should be rated, etc., etc.? How should you track if the evidence has been viewed or not? So these are criteria that are minimum and in place that every e-technology or E-P.O.E user should know. There's also the reality of pulling basic reports. So every e-portfolio engager should be able to pull basic reports in any e-technology that's out there. The reports might be placed in different spaces, but they should know that it's there and they should know how to access it. You should also know if you have a grouping of learners tied to a program, or if you are the learner, what you are being assessed against. So you should be able to navigate to the assessment criteria. You should know the start date and end dates, and you should know how to contact your administrator or your assessor, primary assessor, in terms of being able to contact them if you need to. You should also be able to track continued engagement, and where it's stored in the E-P.O.E platform. And finally, you should be able to assess start and end dates and what your current result is as an e-user. So if you are the assessor, how are you tracking the learner to completion? If you are the learner or the end user, how are you tracking yourself to completion? What do the comments mean? How to conduct a self-assessment? These are the minimum things that any e-portfolio or e-technology should be able to offer. And from there, you get a very robust set of criteria that links to any e-learning, blended learning, classroom-based learning, one-on-one group training scenario, batching of learners, etc., etc. These are the criteria. Now, because of this, here's what I recommend you do. P4P, in conjunction with our clients and our users over the past years, over 1,000 learners, over 120 assessors, over 15 to 20 moderators, through various verifications with different seaters, have created a baseline analysis. So what we've done is we've created a navigation of E-P.O.E and e-assessment technology, navigation proficiency opportunity for you. So I've added the chatbot link into this chat. The chatbot link is your application form. And what we're doing is, if you would like to measure your proficiency in navigating an e-assessment and e-learning technology or platform, this is for you. You will do your enrollment via the chatbot. Once you've completed your enrollment, you will then be added to P4P. You will access P4P. You will access digital engagement help you guides, and you will build a basic portfolio for yourself. And you will get rated either as a level 1 beginner user, a level 2 proficient user, a level 3 expert user, or a level 4 guiding of ePortfolio user. You'll get the certificate from P4P and our teams, who are all subject matter experts and have used the platform for many years. The assessment criteria is there, and at the end of it, you'll be able to boast to your training providers and to anyone how you fit in to the ePortfolio navigation space, whether you need a lot of help or whether you can simply slip into an e-assessment through an ePortfolio and make the assessment work. This is becoming very valuable to training providers out there, because they need to know that you can navigate your way through an ePortfolio and e-assessment platform. I hope this video has helped. Good luck if you want to do it. Let's start showing the world what a minimum criteria is, and let's start elevating the level of navigating e-assessment and e-portfolio technologies are. I'll chat some more tomorrow. Cheers for now.